Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to our Orange Life. Thanks for tuning in. Well, I'm going to jump right into it. I'm not going to do my spiel because y'all see the thumbnail. Listen, the picture's there, okay? It's all right there. Cash Style has made a statement, and I'm going to read it for you just in case y'all can't look at it, okay? At this point of my life, I just need to be single. Sadari is a great guy, but we can't see eye to eye, and with all due respect, we decided to part ways. I'm giving the internet a break, also, so I'm done with y'all too right now. Now, I did a video on Cash Style about this man being early signs of being controlling and early signs of possible DV. The fact that Cash Style has already came out with this statement and she just did a video not too long ago about how great this man is and how she's going to stop wearing her makeup and weave and this and that. And I got attacked in the comments. I got a lot of comments about people telling me I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm miserable, and all this kind of stuff that they were saying, all this stuff, which I really didn't care. But what I wanted to get back on here because I want to stress that I know there's a lot of people that get on YouTube and they give advice and they say things with really no authority to do so, no training or no expertise, no credentialing, and give out advice, and you got a lot of people follow it and believe it. Um, I'm new to the YouTube space. I am a psychiatric nurse with over 20 years of experience. And like I always say in my intro, I've worked with the top psychiatrists, psychologists, and therapists. I've interviewed in my career, it has to be thousands of people by now. And when I interview and I participate in treatment teams, I sit on a regular basis and listen to what goes on in people's minds. Okay, this is what I listen to. I also listen to people's behavior. So when I get on this YouTube and I try to tell people and warn women what's going on out here, this is from experience. This is not something I made up in my head. This is not something that just happened to me, because of life. Some things come from real life experience, but the majority of it comes from clinical experience. I have clinical experience in these things. And when I said that this man is being controlling and these were the early stages of it, I saw it coming a mile away. So I don't want to be right. But that's the purpose of me starting this YouTube channel so that more women can start making better choices. I'm not on here to bash men as a whole. I have a man, I have a son. I'm not on here to do that. I'm on here to warn women about men that's going to turn their life upside down and put them through hell. And if you don't learn what these things are, this is what's going to happen because it's so many women who suffer by the hands of men. Okay, and we need to. My job, with the clinical knowledge that I have, I'm not going to say it's my job, but what I wanted to do when I started this YouTube channel is to help more women so that you don't become victims. If Cash Doll was someone that I knew or someone was close to me, I would have been advised her not to talk to this man, even though she may have done it anyway. But at least I would have tried, and then she would have seen herself. Some women you can't tell things, and that's okay. But at least I would try to help. So I'm trying to help y'all. I'm not out here to tell you don't date. I don't want you to have a man. I'm out here man hating. I got a man and I have a son. I'm not doing that. I'm out here to try to help y'all, to tell y'all what's out here, what to look out for. So if y'all don't want to listen, that's fine. That's fine with me. But every time y'all do this, I always get proven right. Everybody on this channel that I spoke about, it has came true with one exception, like I said, which is Simone Biles. And I gave her 5 years. So we still ain't at that 5 year mark. And I'm not saying I want it to happen. I'm basing it on the interview that I heard with her and her husband and things that were said. That's what I'm basing it on. So, I came back to do this video because I think it's important for y'all to understand that you need to start recognizing these things. I realize that it's hard out here. I realize that as women, we get lonely. I get that part. But also, do you want to feel lonely temporarily, or do you want to go through years of hell? Which one do you want? Do you want to go through a DV situation, or do you just want to be lonely a couple nights a week and then you find something else to do? So you have to decide what's more important to you. So again, I'm glad Cash Style got out now before it got worse, because I know something happened behind the scenes. For her to make that statement, something happened. She didn't just wake up and say, I'm done with him. Something happened. And Cash Doll needs to be single for a while, because what she needs is she needs to go to therapy, and she needs to find out why she keeps gravitating to these men that are not going to do right by her. Because the first man, he ain't no better. And I don't know what their relationship was like, because I didn't hear too much about it. I just heard about this Zedarius guy. But apparently he wasn't the guy for her either, because they're not together. So Cash Doll needs to take some time out for herself, get some therapy, concentrating on healing herself and her children, and figure out where she's going from there without worrying about a man right now. So it's unfortunate that this has happened at Cash Style. I don't wish this on any woman. It's never fun to have a breakup with a man. It's never easy, and I understand. But like I said, this is what's going on. Now I'm about to end this video, but what I am going to say, somebody asked me to look into Monica and her new husband, and I'm going to say this. I went down the rabbit hole on Monica's new husband. I did, and I'm not touching it. The reason why I'm not touching it, and I'm not going to speak on it or do a video on it, I'm not even going to say. What I am going to say is that if a bigger YouTuber wants to do it, let them do it. And sometimes it's best not to open up a can of worms if you're not ready for what's going to come because of it. Because there's a reason why there hasn't been a lot of talk about Monica and her husband. Because if they did the research like I did and saw what I saw, you leave it alone too. So I'm just going to leave it alone. And I'm going to wish Monica and her husband the best. I wish them a happy, long marriage. And I'm going to leave it at that. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm gonna get off of here, and I'm gonna come back. And the video that I wanted to give y'all, I kind of put that on hold, because I'm gonna come back about the woman who was unalived that follows Shira, because I'm coming back with that, and I'm not coming back to bash Shira, because I don't bash other content creators. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about some things on why this would happen, and why um what was going on was very dangerous, because it's a lot of young women out here doing this right now. And I think these women need to hear a different perspective. I'm not saying what Shira is saying is wrong for every woman, but what I am going to say is that you have to use discernment when you listen to people, because it's just some things are just not right. So I'll come back with that, because I think it's important to talk about, because Shira has a very large following, and I'm not knocking her or her following, but I think that women should start using more discernment and stop putting certain people on pedestals as if they're God, or they're telling the gospel truth about things, because you have to also look at how you feel. If you're participating in something and it doesn't feel right, then odds are it's not right. If you're in a situation and you don't feel good about it, but you're going to go through it anyway because of your own motives, then odds are it's not right. But I'm going to come back about that, because again, I'll discuss that in another video. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I just wanted to bring this up about Cash Doll and Zadarius here, and I'll be back with another video.